At first, investing can feel like gambling because your money leaves your account, but the result does not show up right away. It can feel like gambling even when you are trying to make a careful decision. If this feels familiar, the problem is not that you are lazy or broken. The problem is that investing feels unsafe because the result is invisible at the beginning. By the end, you will know why the fear makes sense, which money should never be invested, and the simple rule that makes a first step feel safer. You may open an investing app, see words like index fund, portfolio, risk, and return, and feel like everyone else was taught a language you somehow missed. This is not a story about becoming a stock expert overnight. It is about a normal person who wants to grow money, but freezes because the first step feels invisible, risky, and easy to regret. The trap begins when the answer becomes waiting until you feel fearless before you begin. That answer feels clean because it gives you something to do. But it skips the harder question underneath the numbers. The harder question is this: is this money for soon, or can it stay invested long enough for patience to matter? That question matters because fear makes cash feel safe today, while inflation and missed time quietly make tomorrow weaker. If you do not name that force, it can keep making the decision for you while the choice still looks reasonable from the outside. Here is the reframe. The first job of beginner investing is not to look clever. It is to separate money needed soon from money that has time to grow. Once you see that, the topic stops being a debate and becomes a test of whether your life gets more room or less room. Most beginner investing advice rushes to the tool. It says index fund, portfolio, stock, app, return, risk, or compound growth. Those words can help later, but they do not solve the first fear. The first fear is simpler. What if I send money away and only notice the mistake after it is too late? That is the moment the plan has to become plain. Not impressive, not clever. Plain enough to follow when the market is red and your nervous system wants the money back. For a beginner, the point is not to find the most exciting investment story. A broad index fund or diversified portfolio is often easier to hold than a single stock because the goal is not to predict tomorrow's winner. The goal is to keep a simple plan alive long enough for time and compound growth to matter. Risk does not disappear because you ignore it. Risk becomes more manageable when each dollar has the right time horizon. Short-term money needs safety. Long-term money can usually accept more movement because it has time to recover. That is why investing starts before the first transfer. It starts with separating emergency cash from long-term money, choosing a simple portfolio, and deciding how you will behave when the market has an ugly week. Here is the part most beginners miss. The goal is not to remove fear before you invest. The goal is to build a plan where fear no longer gets to make every decision. Test 1 is the time horizon test. Money needed soon should not be forced into market risk just because growth sounds exciting. Put the answer in plain language, and if there is a number, let the number be visible before the feeling edits it. If this test makes the choice feel heavier, that is not failure. It is information arriving while there is still time to use it. A clear answer may feel uncomfortable, but it is kinder than a beautiful guess. Test 2 is the simplicity test. A broad, boring plan is often stronger than chasing the one perfect stock. Give the question enough quiet to tell the truth, because rushed answers often protect pride instead of peace. If the answer is uncomfortable, it may still be kind, because it is showing the cost before the cost becomes permanent. The truth does not have to be dramatic to be useful. It only has to be honest enough to guide the next move. Test 3 is the repeatability test. A small automatic amount can beat a dramatic burst that disappears when fear returns. Do not turn the answer into shame. Turn it into a clearer map of what the next month can carry. If the test slows you down, let it slow you down. A slower decision can protect years of breathing room. This is where a vague worry becomes a decision you can actually work with. Test 4 is the sleep test. If the plan makes you check prices every hour, the plan may be too fragile for your current season. Let the answer be specific, because vague pressure is much harder to change than an honest limit. If the choice still feels strong after the test, it will feel cleaner because it has survived more than excitement. The value of the test is that it turns pressure into something you can name before money moves. Now look at the emotional layer. Money choices are rarely only about money. They can carry fear, pride, exhaustion, comparison, hope, family expectations, and the private wish to finally feel okay. That is why shame is a weak teacher. Shame makes you hide from the numbers. Curiosity lets you look at them long enough to change them. You are not trying to become cold, perfect, or extreme. You are trying to build a life where your money has time to work without every market move controlling your emotions. That kind of life usually starts with a calmer question, not a louder promise. Comparison will try to interrupt the answer. Someone else may show the exciting part of their choice and leave out the payment, the risk, the stress, the repair, the delay, or the pressure behind it. Your money cannot follow someone else's outside picture. It has to answer your own income, your own bills, your own energy, and your own season of life. Move 1 is cash first. Keep rent, food, bills, and emergency money away from market risk. Make the next step visible enough that you can find it when the month gets loud. This is quiet work, but quiet work can remove private pressure. Move 2 is simple first investment. Choose a broad, boring option you can understand well enough to hold. Attach it to a real moment, like payday, a bill date, or a weekly check-in, so it does not depend on memory. It may not impress anyone, but it can make the next decision feel less trapped. Move 3 is small automatic transfer. Make the first amount boring enough that you can repeat it without drama. Keep it small enough to repeat because a useful move has to survive ordinary tired days. The win is not drama. The win is one more piece of your future staying available. Move 4 is review rhythm. Check the plan on a calm schedule instead of letting every red day become a decision. Write it where you will see it before the old pattern starts negotiating again. If it gives the next month even a little more room, it is doing real work. There is also a timing truth. The same decision can be wise later and heavy today. A choice is not only judged by what it is judged by whether your current foundation can carry it. If the foundation is thin, even a good-looking choice can create fear. If the foundation is stronger, the same choice may become peaceful. Timing is not weakness. Timing is part of wisdom. So do not ask only whether the idea is good. Ask whether it is good for this month, this income, this level of protection, and this nervous system. The path forward is not dramatic. First, name the real pressure. Second, run the tests. Third, choose the next small move. Fourth, repeat it before you judge whether your whole life has changed. Small repetition can feel unimpressive, but repetition is how money begins to trust you. And it is also how you begin to trust yourself with money again. When you repeat a clear choice, your future becomes less vague. You know what comes first. You know what can wait. You know which feeling is allowed to speak, but not allowed to drive. That is the quiet power of a calm investing plan. It does not make life perfect. It makes the next decision less rushed, less hidden, and less controlled by fear. One day, the change may look small from the outside. Maybe nothing about your life appears dramatic, but inside, a bill feels less threatening, a decision feels less urgent, and your future does not feel as if it is being negotiated away in secret. That inner change matters. Money is not only a scoreboard, it is the distance between pressure and panic. It is the ability to wait, to say no, to choose slowly, and to recover when life interrupts the plan. If you have already made the heavy version of this choice, the lesson is not to attack yourself. The lesson is to make the next honest move. You can renegotiate, pause, reduce, sell, save, earn, or simply stop adding new weight while you rebuild room. If you are standing before the choice right now, let slowness protect you. A decision that can shape years deserves more than one emotional afternoon. Ask the plain question again. Is this money for soon, or can it stay invested long enough for patience to matter? The answer may not flatter your ego, but it can protect your peace. And if the answer says wait, waiting is not losing. Waiting can be the doorway that lets you choose later without fear attached. If the answer says proceed, proceed with margin. Proceed with protection. Proceed with numbers you can live with when nobody is applauding. That is how the lesson becomes a parable instead of a lecture. The point is not that one option is always right and another is always wrong. The point is that money choices must serve the life behind them, because the real goal is not to look like you made the grown-up choice. The real goal is to wake up inside that choice and still feel free enough to breathe. At this point, the action should feel almost plain. That is a good sign. The most useful money moves often look too simple because their power comes from being repeated in the right order. A calm plan also needs a boundary. Without a boundary, waiting until you feel fearless before you begin can return the next time you are tired, hopeful, embarrassed, or afraid of falling behind. So make the boundary practical. Choose the number, the delay, the rule, or the conversation that protects the choice before emotion makes it blurry again. Then let the next paycheck become evidence. Not evidence that you are perfect, but evidence that you can pause, choose, and give the future a little more room than it had before. If the first attempt is messy, keep the lesson small. A messy attempt still shows where the pressure lives, and that is better than letting the pressure stay unnamed. The quiet win is that you become harder to rush. You can still feel fear, hope, or desire, but those feelings no longer get to sign every financial decision alone. You stop treating the market like a casino and start treating it like a long road that rewards calm repetition. The first investing victory is not a huge return. It is learning which money needs safety now and which money can be given time. You do not need the loudest answer. You need the clearest next choice, repeated calmly enough that your future finally gets more room.